Batman 89 echoes issue 1. Of a 6-part miniseries, which is a couple sequels. It is a sequel to Batman 89 and Batman Returns, the two Micheal Keaton, Tim Burton Batman films, but it's also a sequel to the first Batman 89 sequel series, which was simply called Batman 89, that treated itself as the third movie, that had like Billy J. Williams becoming Two-Face and Robin was in it and all that. And this one, Echoes, is treated itself as the fourth movie. If Tim Burton and Micheal Keaton did a fourth Batman movie, this is what it could possibly be like. And also, they're taking elements from a unmade sequel, a unmade Batman Robin sequel, taking elements of villains and ideas and all those type of things, which we'll talk through when those things happen, if that happen. I mean, they're not hiding the fact of who they're casting in this. Like, they're not hiding, like, clearly that's meant to, Barbara Gordon's meant to be Sean Young in this, and Bob Hoskins is clearly meant to be Bullock, and with our villains, they're not hiding the fact, they're like, oh, look, it's Harley Quinn, who's going to play Dr. Harley Quinzel? Well, it's time to get physical, because it's clearly, they're casting Madonna in this. I was curious, Scarecrow's in this, Jonathan Crane's in this, who they casting in this for John Crane? No doubt it's Goldblum. If you want to know what a Goldblum Scarecrow would be like, read this comic book series. Sadly, it ain't monthly because it's issue two doesn't come out till like late January, which kind of sucks. Because I really enjoyed this. I really enjoy reading this, setting out the groundwork, because I know the big complaint with this is going to be, this is called Batman and Batman's Bale is not in that. And I always say, like, have you seen those movies? Clearly, Batman's not the most interesting character. Was not the most interesting character in those movies. It's always the villains. The villains are the spotlight, right? And it's all about establishing the villains. In this case, it's Harley Quinzel and her relationship, her being a TV psychiatrist, and clearly the network executives, or someone who works for the TV, is like, God damn, her again? And there's a link to her to Joker, that they do the whole Joker's girlfriend thing, which I was like, I can't help but thinking, wait, is she meant to be? Are they trying to make like?
Jack, you said I could watch you improve the paintings.
Oh, I'm in trouble now.
Why is she wearing a mask?
Well, she's just a sketch, really. Alicia, sit down. Show the lady why you wear the mask. You see, Miss Vale, Alicia's been made over in line with my new philosophy, so now, like me, she's a living work of art.
That was her. I thought, like, wait, is Harley meant to be her? And it's like, but didn't he mention that?
Alicia threw herself out of the window.
Oh my God.
But you can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs.
I was like I was trying to figure out the timeline in '89, and be like, where would Harley be in there if we didn't know? because the whole thing, I'm the Joker's girlfriend, I was thinking, hold on a second, I don't think this is going to be the case. I think we should stick to the granddaughter thing, or like the stepdaughter or whatever, which was the original plan for the Batman Robin sequel, which would be Harley Quinn basically having a revenge story of like fuck you Batman, you killed Jack Napier, and I'm going to, because you killed my stepfather or grandfather, whatever it would be, and I thought, okay, that works better versus girlfriend, because I start being a nerd to be like, where would you fit? But we're setting up that she's a TV psychiatrist. There's a couple hints, nods of like, Harley like, I'm gonna kill you someday, and I'm like, yeah, I expect you are gonna get killed. I expect this TV executive, who you think is an asshole, is gonna get murdered. You're gonna murder him the moment you go for Harley, and that. But also we get a little hints of a kind of just a slight introduction to Jonathan Crane. You can tell that there's a bit of rivalry between Harley and Jonathan, and I kind of like the idea of like two doctors are the villains, having two psychiatrist villains, of them kind of going inside Batman's psyche. And I mean, the running joke is always like, what Bruce just needs is a damn good psychiatrist. That's what basically he needs to be like off this whole, I need to avenge my parents' death. Do you though, Bruce? Do you really? That's when you start diving into real life problems, in real life solutions that ruins the fantasy aspect of things. But it's I quite like it with setting up the groundwork. There's even a little action sequence going with Firefly, or a character named Firefly, which at least I think it's trying to make it like, hey, at least there's a action sequence in there with the military hunting down Firefly. But it feels so weird that he started to shoot him in the leg. I'm thinking, is this meant to be Bruce? Because the whole thing is Bruce has been missing for at least a month. So he's just, fell to the face of the earth. So, figuring out, okay, where's Bruce? Where is he? And then we find out at the end. So it's all that. But yeah, I really enjoy reading this. This is a very quick pace. The thing I really enjoyed from, because it's very easy with 32 pages to make it feel it flew by. But the good thing about why we enjoy it, because Superman 78, compare the two, with Superman 78, it can get a little bit too quick, and you're just like, okay, that's fast. This one, and maybe because it is written by Sam Hamm, who is the writer of the original Batman film, and has some credits with Batman Returns, who's a screenwriter, is able to make it feel very film-like, and make it able to kind of give you enough. Basically, it's 32 pages, but able to pack a lot in that 32 pages to the point you feel satisfied that, it's going to take you 32 minutes, not like 10 minutes to read the entire book, even though if it's a giant action sequence, opening action sequence or something. But I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. I mean, the opening was quite interesting because you're dealing with like the sons of Batman and people dressing up as Batman, and it's kind of show that it's been 2 years since the events of the first Batman 9 series, and in the context of this, and clearly Batman's out. People don't care about Batman anymore, and even some says, who gives a shit about Joker? He died in 1989. Who cares about him? Like, what happens when like the vigilante is no longer the big thing anymore? It's that's the thing of the past. Now focus on the future, and why we are focusing on the stuff in the future. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I just kept laughing. I went like every time when Jonathan Crane shows up, I was like, do I do a Jeff Goldblum impression? Do I not? Do I do it? Do I not? I don't know. But anyway, if you have read this issue, comment below what you think. I'm thinking, like, here's a good question. We know this version of Joker was so much a big fan of Prince. What would this version of Harleen's, what would be her Prince? I mean, honestly, if this was actually a movie, they actually would actually get Madonna to actually sing a couple of songs or something, or create a couple of songs for the movie. That's probably what would happen. But what would be her prince? I need to know. What would be this version of Harley Quinn's prince?